Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I've got a couple things that have been going on here between Jim Jordan and Elijah Cummings. And so I wanted to share these both with you. This first one was put out, the information was put out by Sara Carter, and it's that Elijah Cummings, Maxine Waters, and Adam Schiff have signed some secret MOUs. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure if it's pronounced MOUs or if it's MOUs or whatever. I don't know. The alphabet soup when you get into Washington is really weird. So I'm just going to call them MOUs. So if that's not right, oh well, tough luck. Anyway, so on this is an article that she wrote about, these secret MOUs. Well, what they are, it says Chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee Elijah Cummings and Financial Services Chairwoman Maxine Waters executed a secret memorandum of understanding to target President Trump and subpoena all his financial and banking records, according to a letter sent to Cummings from Ranking Committee member Jim Jordan. Okay, now I tried to go to the Republican Oversight. This is the Republican Oversight website, and it does mention this is the thing, but when I go to press and letters, this is what I get. Okay. And so, the press releases gives me the same thing. So I don't know what's going on. When you click on stuff, that's what I end up getting. So I don't know how to access the actual letter that she's referring to. But anyway, Jim Jordan evidently exposed this. He's the person that sent a letter to Cummings saying, hey, I know this is going on and it's wrong. So anyway, further, Jordan's letter indicates that the other MOUs have apparently been signed and agreed to with House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence Chairman Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat of California, who has promised to continue investigations into the president despite findings by special counsel Robert Mueller's office that there was no conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia. Attorney General William Barr released a summary of Mueller's 400-page report several weeks ago, and the redacted version of the report is expected to be released by the DOJ this Thursday. On Monday, Jordan sent a memorandum explaining his objections to the partisan behavior of Cummings and, quote, unprecedented subpoena to Mazars USA LLP, unquote, as reported by SaraCarter.com. And this is just a quote from there. So here we'll see the quote in context. We describe the MOUs as an agreement to conspire and coordinate their efforts to attack and investigate POTUS, said a congressional official with knowledge of the MOUs. This is not how committees normally operate. And that should be committees without the apostrophe, of course. It's the writer in me. Dems aren't interested in legislating, only attacking POTUS. Jordan emphatically objected to the secret MOUs and excoriated Democrats who did not consult with the Republican members of the committee or allow members to consider and debate the terms of your MOU before executing the MOU with Chairman Waters. You did not disclose the MOU's existence to members of the American people until after I raised the matter. And that's a quote from Jim Jordan, so I assume from the letter. Again, I would get the letter, but the database evidently is having a little bit of problems right now. Coincidental? I kind of wonder. In the letter, Jordan asked Cummings to provide greater transparency around your secretive conduct. Why would you want to do that? You're going to expose everything these Democrats are doing, Jim. Oh, Jim Jordan is doing such a good work for we, the people of the United States. He is a hero, and he is getting a lot of flack for doing it. And, it's been hard work for him because there's so much going on. But boy, he's a smart guy, and I'm glad he's in there because he is standing up to these people. Jordan also requested that Cummings answer specific questions about the MOUs. If you intend to continue to use the committee's limited resources to attack President Trump for political gain, I hope that you will at least be transparent about your actions, said Jordan at the end of his letter. Your ability to function as a fair and unbiased finder of fact is now at grave risk. The members of the committee, and more importantly, the American citizens we represent, deserve to know exactly how you are leading this committee. I look forward to your detailed answers to these questions. Okay, and then as for the questions that he's asking him down here, questions for Cummings. 1. How many MOUs with committee chairpersons have you signed as chairman since the beginning of the 116th Congress? Good question. Would you provide the committee with a detailed list of the other MOUs you've signed, including their dates, signatories, and topics? Oh, probably not, because transparency is not what they're all about. Why did you not publicly disclose that you had signed MOUs with committee chairpersons? Yeah, well, we know. They're trying to hide what they're doing. They're all collaborating with this. They're making these big deals, these pacts between them, and it's all to target Trump. I mean, they have really gone off the deep end. But again, that's what I think these past 2 years have been, a series of traps put out so that the Democrats will expose what they're doing. I mean, it's going to reveal what's happening and how they work. And that's why, in some ways, I'm almost glad that they got the House, because we are seeing their entire battle plan start to lay out. It's all being revealed right now by their behavior, and this is part of it. So this is something that had to be done in order to wake up the American people, because before the big arrests start, we have to make sure that enough people are awake and who understand just how corrupt the Democrats have become. If we don't have that, then it's going to come off and look like it's a political hit job. But we can see by the way that they behave, by the things that they're doing, that it's obvious they are a corrupt party and they have to be dealt with. Because as long as they are in power like this, the corruption's going to be there. And I am not exonerating any Republicans, okay? There are a lot of Republicans who are part of this corrupt system. But the major part of it is the Democrat National Committee. I mean, the Democrat Party. That's what we're really fighting against. And the people that are going along with it from the Republican side, you know, they also have to be dealt with too. But you notice a lot of Republicans resigned or decided not to run for re-election. Okay, we had a big chunk of them. And that was because the purging had already begun. And they knew that they were never going to have that kind of corrupt power again. So they were given a choice. And many of them took the out and got out. So, but the Democrats, oh no, they didn't do it because they desperately are holding on to this corruption. It's all they are. It's who they are. And they don't know how to behave otherwise. Number 4, will you publicly disclose all the MOUs you have signed as chairman since the beginning of the 116th Congress? Oh, do you think he will? Probably not. Why did you choose not to consult with any Republican members before signing these MOUs? Have you signed any MOUs as chairman with any entities outside of the House of Representatives relating to the committee's oversight or legislative work? So in other words, you made any deals outside of this committee? Have you, Cummings? To the extent of your MOUs create duties for the committee that conflict with the rules of the House of Representatives or the rules of the committee, which duties prevail? So in other words, if there's a conflict here between what the rules of the House of Representatives and the rules of the committee say, is this conflict going to be resolved? I mean, what are the rules for things now? Are you changing the rules? Which rules are you going by, Elijah? That's what he's really asking. Number 8, the rules of the committee for the 116th Congress do not authorize the chairman to bind the committee through an MOU. And there's a footnote there for, the link to that particular rule for the committee. Could you explain the specific authority that allows you to bind the committee through an MOU without first obtaining approval through a vote of the committee? Yeah, Cummings is the one who was always saying, well, we have the right to see these things. We have the right. We have the right. We have the right. Yeah, okay, Elijah, where's your rights now? You're not following the rules. They're just not. As I understand your MOU with Chairman Waters, you have committed to sharing committee information with the Financial Services Committee. This provision of your MOU may conflict with rules of the House of Representatives and the committee's whistleblower protocol, which requires the committee to keep some committee information confidential. Will you still protect the confidentiality of whistleblower information, notwithstanding your apparent obligation to share it with the Financial Services Committee? Yeah. Where do your allegiances fall? Huh, Cummings? Good questions, Jim. Boy, he did a great job. As I understand your MOU with Chairwoman Waters, you have agreed to consult with her before issuing a subpoena. Do you intend to consult with Chairwoman Waters before or after you consult with me, as required by committee rules? Because, see, Jim is the ranking member. I mean, he's the top minority person in that committee. If I object to your proposed subpoena, do you intend to consult with Chairwoman Waters before or after the committee votes, as you promised in the committee's organizing meeting? Yeah, he's calling him out. He's saying, wait, you said this, and now you're going back on that. As I understand your MOU with Chairwoman Waters, you have declined to include any provision protecting the minority's right to documentary or testimonial information. Can you guarantee that minority members will have the same access to documentary or testimonial information under this MOU as we do in every other committee inquiry? I mean, he just goes through and he asks some really good questions. And again, I really wish I could see the letter itself, but yeah, database issues. Don't know why, but we're still getting them. So, yeah. And I even went to Jim Jordan's site to see if I could find it, and I couldn't find it there either. It wasn't listed. Now, back on Monday, Jim Jordan took on same people. Oh, this guy deserves a Medal of Honor, because the Democrats are using fear-mongering to try to stop this question of citizenship on the 2020 census. I mean, it's really getting very bad, because here it was like House Oversight and Reform Committee Chairman Elijah Cummings warned Attorney General William Barr in a letter Thursday that if DOJ official John Gore doesn't obey his subpoena and testify before the panel, they are prepared to hold him in contempt of Congress. The DOJ had previously informed Cummings that Gore will not appear unless he's allowed to have an agency lawyer by his side. They want him to come in and they won't let him have a lawyer? I mean, that's kind of crazy. Just crazy. So Elijah Cummings has really just become this little megalomaniac, in my opinion. I mean, he's drunk with power is what he is. And this is becoming very serious. This guy, he's putting the nail in his own coffin, I think, because this is all making him look so bad, and it's coming out. But remember, the people that are yelling the most about stopping Trump or stopping something that they're trying to do, like the 2020 census, asking if people are citizens, which is a logical thing to put on a census, the people who are crying the most and the loudest are likely the most guilty. And so I think we're going to see some things going on here. But anyway, in the process, Jim Jordan and the Republicans put together this report. Now, again, this is a minority staff report. So they put this together, but it's on Democrat fear-mongering on the citizenship question. Gathering census information about citizenship is not new and should not be controversial. And this was put out on Thursday, the 11th. So it's not very long. It's 10 pages, but I'm not obviously going to read it all. But just to give you a feel for what it's like, Democrats do not want to know how many citizens there are in the United States. Although the Census Bureau solicits citizenship information from a portion of the population every year, Democrats now fear that a full survey of U.S. citizens will hurt their political fortunes for years to come. And if you go through this, they give examples. I mean, these are actual questions from 1940, the census. They had, what is the person's place of birth? If foreign born, is the person a citizen? Oh, look, they asked it there. 1950, what state or country was the person born in? If foreign born, is the person naturalized? Oh, another one. Citizenship question, 1980. Long form population survey. In what state or foreign country was the person born? If this person was born in a foreign country, is this person a naturalized citizen in the United States? When did this person come to the United States to stay? And this ACS is a short version that they do every year. So it's not like the great big long one. They only choose some people to fill this out. And so, yeah, they've been asking it, all along. And it's okay there, but it's evidently not okay. This was the one that's proposed for the 2020 census. Is this person a citizen in the United States? Yes, born in the U.S. Yes, born in Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, or Northern Marianas. Yes, born abroad of U.S. citizen parent or parents. Yes, U.S. citizen by naturalization. And no, not a U.S. citizen. Why would that be a bad question to include? Well, they have been really grilling Secretary Ross about it. And boy, it's just been incredible. Anyway, that's this whole thing. It's kind of interesting to read to see what they've done. And, they're pointing out state and federal entities regularly solicit citizenship information for a variety of reasons. There are reasons why they use them. When you go to get a job, you have to sign this I-9 thing, right? If you have gone to get a job recently, you know that there is an I-9 that is a federal form you have to fill out, and it requires you to tell about your citizenship. Why is it okay to ask in order for people to get jobs, but it's not okay for other reasons? And then here's times when the District of Columbia solicits citizenship status for individuals applying for a driver's license. The state of Wisconsin similarly requests citizenship status for individuals applying for a driver's license. And the state of California asks about an individual's citizenship when applying to obtain a firearm. And the state of Ohio requires an applicant for a concealed carry license to state his or her citizenship. So it's not like they haven't done it before. It's not like it's not useful. They use it for many reasons. And other countries solicit citizenship information as part of their censuses. Okay. Anyway, so they also have it. They list it here that there's many other countries. And really, when it comes down to it, the Democrats are loudly protesting the reinstitution of the citizenship question on the 2020 census, knowing that the question is not new and that similar information is solicited regularly at all levels of government. Democrats are playing to fear, alleging that immigrant households will not respond to the census if it includes a question on their citizenship. They make these arguments in spite of testimony from John Abowd, the Census Bureau's chief scientist, that there is no credible quantitative evidence that the addition of a citizenship question will affect the accuracy of the count. Stripping away this Democrat rhetoric, however, shows that citizenship information obtained through the census is a proper use of the Commerce Secretary's authority, protected by federal law and beneficial to policymakers. And he is authorized to do it, and no, it can't be used for immigration purposes. And so, see right here, census solicited citizenship information cannot be used for immigration enforcement. And so all of their arguments are blown away when you go through this. That's what this whole paper was, the purpose of it was for them to say, look, their arguments have no basis because everything they're claiming is just not true. So anyway, and the conclusion, of course, is that the Democrats are afraid that they're going to lose voters. That's what it comes down to. Really, it does. So they're going to try to obstruct it as much as they can. So anyway, I'm going to put all these links down below so you can read them, at your leisure, or you can share them with other people, because I think these are two things that Jim Jordan is really taking on Elijah Cummings about. And I think Elijah Cummings needs to be taken on about these. Somebody needs to stand up to him because he has become power drunk. And he really needs someone to say, no, this isn't going to continue. You can't keep doing this. So I'm really glad to see Jim Jordan is stepping up to the plate. He's a good guy and he's tenacious. So I keep him in my prayers all the time, and I hope that he is doing well and being encouraged, because this has got to be a horrible battle to face every day at your job. But this is what he has to do. These are the people he has to work with, and they are doing some pretty significant things to try to block everything that our people are doing, and also not just block us, but to try to take down our president. I mean, anything they can to block whatever Trump is doing. And it's really stupid. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face, you know? They really are hurting themselves in the process and their constituents. And the problem is, most of these people have enough money that it's not hurting them nearly as much as it's hurting their constituents. So I really hope that maybe all of this being exposed, as much as it can be, is going to open up some eyes. So that's what we really need, more people to start to wake up to just how corrupt these Democrats are, and how they are willing to do absolutely anything to try to get back at Trump. Okay, that's what I've got for you on this one, and I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.